Time check on Tobago updates is brought to you by Flow, Tobago's newest fiber network.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video calls, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store or online today at discoverflow.co.
Soca fraternity mourns the sudden death of Ricardo. Legality of negotiations for additional airlift on Airbridge questioned. Salaries for Studley Park Enterprises Limited board members revealed, and Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative resumes operations. Good evening, I am Kristen Salandi, and this is your Tobago Updates television news for Tuesday, 12th of December, 2023. Topping the news tonight. The political leader of Party Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, supports Minority Leader Kelvon Morris's call for accountability from the current Tobago House of Assembly administration. Phillips argues that there is not enough transparency, especially in the Assembly legislature. We bring you more on this story from Ariana Scipio.
Minority Leader Kelvon Morris accused the current THA administration of lacking accountability and transparency on Monday. His sentiments found favor with UTP political leader Nkosi Phillips, who supports Morris's call for accountability. They stated that it is not a matter of agreeing with the minority leader, but rather a matter of transparency, accountability, and equality. Regarding the questions asked in the House, Phillips said that the minority has the right to pose these questions.
Mr. Kelvon Morris, the minority leader, is an elected member in the House of Assembly. And he has the authority, along with his minority councillor, Ms. Benoit. They have the legal authority to ask questions on behalf of the people of Tobago.
Phillips pointed out that the current administration has failed to deliver on its promises of accountability.
We have not seen any accountability in the spending of their funds. We have not seen any actions taken by the Chief Secretary against his secretaries who would have, and even by the Chief Secretary himself.
While supporting the call for more accountability, Phillips noted that too many Tobagonians are silent on the issue.
The people of Tobago is taking whatever is happening and not saying anything. The people of Tobago refuse to speak out. The people of Tobago refuse to stand up for themselves. So who are we to justify the fact that the THA is still unable to answer questions?
Phillips said that if granted the opportunity to serve as a chief secretary or an assemblyman, a policy would be put in place to hold representatives accountable.
There must be some more harsher penalties for assemblymen for not answering questions and deferring the questions. There must be a change in the law, and I think constitutional review is needed in the Tobago legislature.
Phillips also expressed a desire to empower Tobagonians to hold assemblymen accountable. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Minority Leader Kelvon Morris raised the issue of secretaries not answering their questions in the Assembly legislature at a recent press conference. He singled out the Secretary of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, Trevor James, accusing him of avoiding answering a question about the salaries of the board members of Studley Park Enterprise Limited.
The positions on the board and a breakdown of the salaries for each member of the board. And Mr. James, you would have seen, asked for a deferral in September. The presiding officer agreed to defer to October, and he gave an assurance that he would answer that question in October.
This question has been on the order paper for answers at every plenary sitting, but continues to be deferred. However, Tobago Updates was reliably informed about the respective salaries of the board members of the spell. The figures are for the chairman's salary, $10,000, vice chairman, $6,700, and board members between $5,000 and $6,000 each. These salaries are in line with the average board members' salaries for state companies across the country. Meanwhile, two political commentators are expressing disappointment with the current leadership of the Tobago House of Assembly. While Chief Secretary Fali Augustine recently celebrated 2 years in governance, both Anthony James and Ricardo Phillip expressed dissatisfaction with his performance. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
After 21 years of PNM leadership in the THA, much was expected from Chief Secretary Fali Augustine 2 years into his term in office. However, political leader of the Class Action Reform Movement, Ricardo Phillip, does not believe much has changed.
The only claim that the THA can take at this point in time is maintaining the status quo. I don't think there's any change will happen, and I've said this before, I've said this during the election campaign, that there's absolutely nothing can change with that kind of political philosophy.
Political commentator Anthony James expressed similar sentiment.
So what you really have here, the mentality that will govern for as long as they last will be a local government mentality, not really different from the PNM. The PNM in Tobago is a local government mentality, and that's why they have the Tobago Council of the PNM.
According to James, the Fali Augustine-led administration has been tarnished by conflicts between the THA and central government.
There is always some sort of bacchanal because people keep misstepping and causing unwanted attention to negativity within the regime itself. So there's been that instability and negative attention when we ought to be properly focused.
Meanwhile, Phillip believes the lack of change is due to an unclear development plan for governance in Tobago.
They're struggling with vision because you now have the job to do, and you realize that the immensity of the problem and the challenges that you're faced with, and I don't think that you have the wherewithal, not the wherewithal, but the insight, understanding the assignment, so to speak.
Both men found it difficult to point out positive achievements over the past 2 years. They were also not optimistic that the situation will change for the remainder of the term. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
More news after the break.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause B-Mobile they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prices, cause this season will be pure niceness. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price. The most giveaways, the most parang. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Bring the sorrel every toast to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Tobago Christmas. B-Mobile. Life is on.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material. Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Suffering with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. We been drinking with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. Sign up now for 50% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates television news. The soca fraternity is mourning the loss of artist Ricardo Drew, who was found unconscious at his home in Antigua and pronounced dead at the Sir Lester Bird Medical Center earlier this afternoon. Travicia Phillips has more in this report.
The soca community is in shock following the sudden death of soca sensation Ricardo Drew. The 38-year-old artist was found unconscious at home in Antigua and pronounced dead at the Sir Lester Bird Medical Center on Tuesday. The circumstances surrounding his death remain unknown at this time. Drew's musical journey began in Antigua before he moved to Trinidad and Tobago at the age of 4. In just 4 years of his solo career, he became a co-lead singer with the Roy Cape All-Stars and a Digicel Antigua and Barbuda brand ambassador. He achieved global recognition with his hit Vagabond, dominating soca charts in 2014-2015 and securing the Power Soca Monarch title for 2 consecutive years. Among his other major hits were ID, Professional, Bet, and Toxic Love. His contribution to the soca music landscape earned him a special place in the hearts of fans worldwide. Ricardo Drew, engaged to soca star Patrice Roberts, leaves behind a musical legacy and 4 children. The Caribbean music community mourns the loss of a talent that made a significant impact on the soca genre. Soca luminaries such as Bunji Garlin, Fayan Lyons Alvarez, It's Room, Skinny Fabulous, and others expressed their memories and condolences on social media in the wake of his untimely passing. The legacy of his music and impact on the soca genre will undoubtedly endure, while the world remembers him as a vibrant and influential artist. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
Staying with soca. Soca icon Machel Montano has revealed he will not actively participate in Carnival 2024, citing his focus on pursuing a master's degree in Carnival Studies at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. Having amassed numerous road march and soca monarch titles, Montano urged fans to respect his decision and emphasized the importance of setting a foundation for future artists. More news after the break.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video call, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store or online today at discoverflow.co.
Thanks for staying with us. Minority Leader Kelvon Morris criticized Chief Secretary Farley Augustine regarding the THA's proposal for a new airline company to operate the Airbridge between. He cited a lack of involvement from the Civil Aviation Authority. The political leader of the Unity of People, Nkosi Phillips, also weighed in on the matter, also expressing concerns. Ariana Scipio has the report.
Chief Secretary Farley Augustine stated that the THA was in its final stages of a proposal to introduce a new airline company to Tobago 1 week ago. However, Minority Leader Kelvon Morris raised concerns about the Civil Aviation Authority's involvement in the process. He referenced a statement made by former CAA Director Ramesh Lakshmidhyal, which highlighted the requirement for civil aviation's involvement in such negotiations.
Because, of course, the civil aviation will tell you, at least let you know if you're wasting your time or not. Make sure that you have all the regulatory requirements. Make sure that the company is properly and duly registered and all those things.
Adding to the conversation was the UTP political leader Nkosi Phillips. They expressed concern about a statement made by Augustine where he mentioned that the executive is in favor of the agreement set to be signed.
What executive are he talking about? Is this the executive of the Civil Aviation Authority? That's the one based in Tobago?
Phillips accused Augustine of making false statements, indicating that the THA did not make the CAA aware of the proposal because it was not at an appropriate stage for their involvement.
So again, which executive this thing found favor in or with? Because what matters is that the one that doesn't. And I think a lot of people will have suggestions for him, but I think what the Chief Secretary is supposed to do is to seek advice from the experts.
They further explained that this advice would come from the CAA to ensure that the agreement they are negotiating complies with the association and the regulations in Trinidad and Tobago. Phillips was also concerned about the involvement of the central government, specifically the Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sininan, in the proposal.
Because the question will remain, one, who is this airline that Farley Augustine is speaking with? Two, what is the cost to the taxpayers of Tobago? Three, who will cover the cost of these airlines? And will there be any subsidy?
Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is back in motion after a pause in its operations due to funding issues. 2 weeks ago, there was concerns as operations scaled back. However, when cameraman Judan Jofield and reporter Candice Jackson visited the collection warehouse on the Nipdeck compound in Shaw Park, TRRI Director Sean Roberts was pleased to report a resumption of services.
News emerged 2 weeks ago that in April, a funding cut from the Environment Management Agency was jeopardizing the future operations of the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative, leaving many environmentally focused individuals in shock. However, following the public disclosure of the issue, TRRI Director Sean Roberts has announced that the operations resumed successfully on Monday.
Whatever little internal challenges that we had and issues, that is being sorted out. Because we reached too far to have to turn back, right?
The resumption is timely because as Christmas Day draws closer, recycling is piling up. Roberts said that while most operations were shut down over the last couple of weeks, they were still storing recyclables in Studley Park.
So right now what we're doing is just clearing as much of the backlog as much as possible. As soon as that is cleared, we have to transfer the material from Studley Park to come here to process out. So right now we're just doing some interim measures in clearing the bins.
They already shipped out bales of cardboard and other recyclables on Monday and are hoping to send out more in the coming weeks. In the meantime, Roberts encouraged Tobagonians to collect their recyclables as they conduct their annual Christmas cleaning of their homes.
We accept all the PET bottles, that's the bottled water and soda and stuff. We accept the HDPE bottles, that's number 2 plastics. That's like your detergents and your oils and all that stuff. The metal cans, that's your aluminum and steel cans. The Tetra Pak, that's your juice and milk boxes and stuff. And also we accept cardboard and newspaper. Even though if you have old magazines or so, we also accept that as well.
Recycling is not just important because it helps keep bottles off the streets and improves the appearance of communities, but it is also crucial for the environment.
If you dispose indiscriminately, it ends up in the drains, and then when it ends up in the drain, it ends up in our rivers and streams and end up in the beaches. And when you see the marine, the species ingest plastics also, and it ends up in your food chain, that is dangerous for us.
So for this Christmas, as you clear the junk from your house, please remember to recycle. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Opposition leader and political leader of the United National Congress, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, advocated for stringent measures to combat the escalating crime crisis. She threw her support behind the Stand Your Ground law and the legalization of firearms for law-abiding citizens. Persad-Bissessar made these remarks in a new fiery address to the nation at a cottage meeting in Couva on Monday night. Travicia Phillips has more in this report.
Opposition leader and political leader of the UNC, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, voiced concerns about the ongoing crime crisis, asserting that the government is failing to act in the best interest of citizens. She stated that the murder rate is approaching 600 once again, prompting her to advocate for harsh measures to address the pressing issue. The opposition leader reaffirmed her support for the Stand Your Ground law and the legalization of firearms for law-abiding citizens.
You see someone raping your wife, what do you tell them? Reasonable force have to wait. I said, no, you see them raping your daughter, what do? You empty the clip, empty the clip, empty the clip. Undeterred by online opposition to the Stand Your Ground law and the legalization of weapons, the opposition leader dismissed dissenting opinions, branding those who oppose such measures as weak men. These weak men should keep their castrated opinions to themselves and stop embarrassing the male gender on social media. Stand your ground, get legal firearms, protect your families. If you're named man, that is what you must do. Protect your families. Expressing concern for the choices men currently face in defending their homes, she stated, that is not fair to the strong men of our country who want to defend their homes and their families. Strong men want the tools and laws to defend their families. Strong men want to protect their loved ones. Weak men want to keep filtering their appearance and crying on social media. Emphasizing the need for a change in the current laws governing the nation, the opposition leader concluded her address, leaving a call for action and a re-evaluation of legislation concerning self-defense and firearms. This bold stance is likely to fuel further debates on the delicate balance between citizens' right to self-defense and the need for stringent firearm regulations in the ongoing fight against crime. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates, Television News.
More news after the break. Stay with us.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch Number 1, the building formerly occupied by Costa. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at Number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, Building 1 and 2.
But this place is boring enough. We don't even do nothing. Let me go somewhere now.
I really want some new things, yes? Poof. Then look no further. Portmore is the place for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can have anything that your heart desires. Take a look for yourselves. A world of endless opportunities. Feeling hungry? Go get something to eat. Books and stationeries, games, and much more. Portmore, the island's beat.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates television news. A Tobagonian accountant attained the prestigious Fellow Chartered and Certified Accountant FCCA status at the Trinidad and Tobago New Member and FCCA Recognition Ceremony held on December 7th. Reporter Travicia Phillips has the details.
Tobagonian accountant Machel Baines stood out at the Trinidad and Tobago New Member and FCCA Recognition Ceremony. Out of 24 recipients, Baines was the sole ACCA member from the Sister Isle, honored with the esteemed Fellow Chartered and Certified Accountant status. With over 18 years of experience, Baines is the senior partner at Robley Baines Tax and Accounting Services, located at Crown Point, with another branch located in Chaguanas. This business venture was established in 2018 with his business partner, Kendall Robley. Baines, a dedicated advocate for the accounting profession, serves as an affiliate advocate to ACCA Caribbean Local Chapter, Trinidad and Tobago Executive. He emphasized the importance of continuous professional development in the dynamic accounting field. Reflecting on his ACCA qualification, Baines notes the necessity of both theory and practical experience. He highlights the ongoing commitment required for ACCA membership, including annual fees and 40 CPD hours. Robley Baines Tax and Accounting Services, soon to become Anderson Trinidad and Tobago, has played a pivotal role in supporting ACCA initiatives. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
As part of their final evaluation, second-year students from the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute took part in a cake baking competition earlier today. Reporter Tanika Cruikshank was there and provides further details.
The Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute Chef Furnace Lovelace indicated that the goal of the cake showdown was to create wedding cakes with the theme Bliss of the Caribbean. Second-year students had to apply the knowledge they had acquired over the year to accomplish their final assessment.
And the themes would have been romance, bells, autumn. So we try to create vintage, even vintage, and also they would have created a cake displaying those the bliss of the Caribbean. Traditionally, how weddings used to be long time. They must, or they would normally have a theme for each wedding. So this was created.
THTI student Natalia Mohammed was inspired by the meaning of the challenges she faced in bringing it to life.
I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it had its challenges. But it's just about
our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
So your car break down.
Oh, no,
not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Machel Group.
Wait, I don't even have suit and thing for this wedding. Why getting them things?
For the port, my right over there.
Alright, thanks.
The Port Mall, where the varieties are large from your favorite stores, from restaurants to salons and from clothing stores to jewelry stores, located at Sanctus Hill, Scarborough, Tobago. Telephone number is 868-334-6589.
Wow. I didn't expect to see you here. Look good.
Thanks. It's all because of you and Port Mall. But here now I'm going to our wedding. You want to join me?
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright.
Beat the rush and come on down to the Port Mall.
We apologize for the interruption. We now return to the previous story. As part of their final evaluation, second-year students from the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute took part in a cake baking competition earlier today. Reporter Tanika Cruikshank was there and provides further details.
The Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute chef Furnace Lovelace indicated that the goal of the cake showdown was to create wedding cakes with the theme Bliss of the Caribbean. Second-year students had to apply the knowledge they had acquired over the year to accomplish their final assessment.
And the themes would have been romance, bells, autumn. So we try to create vintage, even vintage, and also they would have created a cake displaying those the bliss of the Caribbean. Traditionally, how weddings used to be long time. They must, or they would normally have a theme for each wedding. So this was created.
THTI student Natalia Mohammed was inspired by the meaning of the challenges she faced in bringing it to life.
I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it had its challenges. But it's just about working around those challenges to get the finished product that you want or that you envisioned. Not everything will go to plan. There are a lot of things that didn't go to plan, but it's about being persistent and knowing what you want and just going after it.
Another student, Tamika Alfonso, used butter carving to create a swan because there was a second part of the competition. Tamika mentioned that she will be creating butter carvings during the Christmas season as it was a fun new technique she learned at THTI.
It was difficult. Yes and no. Scalding butter, though it seems very easy, it is not as easy as it appears. Because below the butter here, we have styrofoam, which is carved, particularly to get the shape. Yes, and though it appears quite beautiful, it takes a lot of time, and I think that
external professional judges evaluated the competition to offer students an unbiased and real-world standard of the assessment. The results of the cake showdown will not be shown until the students receive their final grades. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
Now for the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight, anticipate a few showery spells associated with an induced low-level trough. Temperatures will fall to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, expect a few cloudy patches at times accompanied by scattered showers, interrupting mostly fair conditions. There is a low 30% chance of 1 or 2 heavier showers, particularly over central and southwestern areas of the island. Temperatures will rise to 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 35 degrees. Seas are moderate with spring tides in effect, waves up to 2.3 meters in open waters, and less than 1.2 meters in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 6:12 a.m. and sunset is at 5:41 p.m. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Recapping the headlines. Soca fraternity mourns the sudden death of Ricardo Drew. Legality of negotiations for additional airlift on Airbridge questioned. Salaries for Studley Park Enterprises Limited board members revealed. And the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative resumes operations. I am Kristen Salandi. Have a good night.